Hello, welcome to episode 2. My name is Noma and I'll be teaching you about references on Excel. The references are used to refer to other cells in formulas or calculations. And there are two types of references. We have relative references and absolute references. Relative references change when the formula is copied from one cell to another, while absolute references do not change completely or at all. So let me show you how that works. The cell reference is made up of two parts: the text, which tells the column, and the number, which tells the row. So if we wanted to calculate the total sales value of tables, that would be quantity multiplied by price. And we can see our formula here says D5. D tells us the column and 5 tells us the row. For the price information, that is on the same row for a different column, which is E. So it says E5. So if we wanted to find this out for all of the products on this list, we do not need to write out the formula every single time. We can simply copy the formula and paste it. And Excel tries to help us out and is smart enough to change the cell reference relative to the cell that we're copying from. So our original formula was D5 times E5, and we can see the formula that we've copied says D6 times E6. So Excel automatically changes the cell reference relative to the cell that we're copying from. So this is called relative referencing. And we can simply drag down the formula to populate all of the cells, and Excel is going to copy it correctly, reference the quantity and price information for that particular row. So let's look at another example. In this example, we are trying to calculate the new price. So the company is increasing the price of products by 5% across board. So the new price is going to be the old price plus the percentage of the old price. So that's old price times the percentage information here, and that's 5%. So we can see that it has calculated that value for us. So if we simply drag this down, see there's a problem. We're not actually getting the increased price information, and that is because Excel is continuing to try to help us by moving the formula along relative to the formula that we're copying from. And of course, the percentage information is just on this one cell and is not all the way down. So in order to correctly calculate this, we need to tell Excel not to move this value here. And to do that, we use the dollar sign to turn this relative formula into an absolute reference. So using dollar sign, we fix dollar sign before the F part of the formula is going to fix it not to move along the columns. So even if we copy our formula across columns, it doesn't move across the column. So let's test that out and copy up and drag this formula down all the way. Okay, drag it down. We can see that nothing has changed, even though we have the dollar sign in front of our formulas. So it's important to not only fix the column information, but to fix the row as well. Remember I said that our cell reference is made up of two parts: the number and the text. So we've only fixed the column information, but we haven't fixed the row. So we have to put the dollar sign in front of the row part of the formula of the cell reference as well. And doing that, Excel is not going to move the formula down, even though we copy down. So now we can see that even though we move along the cells, our reference to the percentage information is fixed. It's now absolute, which makes it an absolute reference. So now you know how references work in Excel, so don't stop practicing. Thank you so much for listening and see you in the next